All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. Darius Leonard, last year's leading tackler as a rookie in the NFL, in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
2nd and 6. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. 9 yards the pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Dolphins.
Ready? Right, check. 59. Know your job. Check.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
53. Check 53.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. He's going to field this at the 4. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
Okay. Round 80. Switch up. Switch up. Check 52.
On first down, it's Taylor. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Cross the right. Hey, echo. 55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. I know he ain't got it.
First down, Rivers will get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You ready? Hey, 79. Hey, Foxtrot.
Now Rivers. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
At the 36-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Watch the slant.
Throwing, Rivers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mo Alley-Cox, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. That pass play wound up for negative yardage. So here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll drop the throw. It's complete to Grant. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
First down, Miami.
Here we go.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Wilson now in his second season in Miami. First 4 years were in Kansas City. He's always been a solid complementary receiver, but Miami really hoping he can take the next step in his development, be more of a go-to guy now at 27 years of age. Going to look deep for Wilson, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They'll look to throw here. And Wilson has it. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Looking to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Dolphins nothing.
Come on, Shaq. Touch the outlaw. 59. Watch the run. Watch the move. Baby, that's a baby shot. Mike spot 9. Mike spot 9.
They'll set up to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Breida. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Matt Breida with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And he's got his man Hilton. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Done. Round 80. Check 55, Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. 5-4. Check 3.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor, and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Keep it skinny. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, exit. 55 to Mike. 3 bud, 3 bud, 3 bud. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Taylor. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Hey, check right, check right. Watch it, 5.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. Looking for a kick. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. T.J. Carey right there in coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Justin Houston in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
Yeah, that's how we do, dude.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap half into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Pilot, 64, weak.
On first down, Taylor runs through the contact. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Mike, 55. Hey, Delta! Keep it up, defense. Hey, Wahoo! No. Wait, 89!
On 2nd and 7, Rivers. He finds Taylor, complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Mike 52.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He's got it to Hilton. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Rivers with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. They run with Taylor. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. On 2nd down, it's Taylor, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They're running it. Smooth. 55. Mike 55. I got it. Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
To throw, Rivers. Complete to Hilton. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Check 55, Mike.
To throw again on second down. Rivers. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Throwing Rivers. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, high 7. 55. Army.
Rivers again. And the catch made by Hilton. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. To the air again here, Rivers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, This lead is very, very slim. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. Anthony Walker, the other Colts linebacker with over 100 tackles a year ago, making the play there. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Cut. Slam.
Red Delta!
They'll run with Taylor. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw on second down. Rivers. Open man is Trey Burton. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Rivers now. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Phillip Rivers with his third touchdown pass of the game. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
You got nothing. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
2nd and 4. Wilson's got it complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
They're going to look to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
At the 24-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Don't get nervous. 59.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Dolphins 14.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard.
Mike 5'5", Mike 55, Mike 5'5". Hey, here we go. Hey, check right, check right. Out, go! Rabbit, rabbit. Go, go. Mike 55, Mike 55. Wait, 89.
Throwing, Rivers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Tighten up. Back 61. Matchbox lights.
Now Taylor. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Rivers on the money, complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch out, watch out. Protein spill. Check 49.
On 3rd down, it's Taylor. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And this one is right down the middle. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Let's make it.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Grant. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
A gain of 15. Brandon Dalton, first down.
Come on, let's go. Check, 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 check.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down again. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to fourth down.
Let's go, let's go. Here we got Mike, number 50.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the rookie from Temple, Rocky Sin. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second fast.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Mike, 53. 53.
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check 13.
Looking to throw. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Let's go, let's go. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. So don't say nothing.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Colts, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4.